Let's get more on this and speak to Francisco de Borja Lasheras, Associate Director at the European Council on Foreign Relations in Madrid. Francisco, many thanks for joining us today. Well, as we heard in that report, the People's Party may have won the most seats, but they still don't seem to have anyone to go into coalition with. So what happens now? Does the deadlock continue?
Well, I mean, contrary to some coverage of the elections, actually the center-right bloc has actually been strengthened, and they're only short a few seats of the majority. So the Liberals have reframed their calls for Prime Minister to step down, and they now only ask for changes in the Popular Party. So that looks a little bit likelier that in December. What seems to be ruled out is a coalition on the left led by the Socialists. So now we will start again a process of negotiations, and the question is what will the Socialist Party do? Which, I mean, they finished second, they survived the challenge from Podemos, but they have also been weakened in a way.
What do you think happened with Podemos? Why did they not do as well as they were thought to do?
Well, that's anyone's question at the moment. What has been actually, what took place yesterday, it was also a mobilization of the socialist voters. And also the question is whether the Podemos tactics, on the one hand, while in parliament, they've been subject to accusations of populists, etc., and also their electoral tactics, like joining forces with different parties in the regions. So the conclusion is that these tactics have backfired. I mean, Podemos, in a way, got support and establishment and disaffection with the mainstream parties and corruption, and that helped them propel them into power in the regions, in municipalities, and also in the previous parliament. But you can't do that like every 6 months, and in this occasion they lost more than 1 million votes.
Spain has essentially been without a leader since December of last year. It's nearly 6 months. I mean, what kind of damage does that do to a country?
Well, the question is I think in many voters' minds is whether the fragile economic recovery of the last year. Spain is actually growing, I think is the leading country within the Eurozone in terms of actual growth, but that hasn't translated into gains for the middle class or the squeezed middle class. So the big question is whether the recovery will be put in jeopardy, and this is something that Prime Minister Rajoy galvanized on, and the fear of instability, the fear of European stability after Brexit, and so in a way I think we can conclude that it has served him well. But we need to bear in mind that it's not that the Popular Party has had a terrific results. It's just in a lower turnout. The Popular Party was meant to have more seats anyway because of election law, and this sometimes gets overlooked.
Okay, good to speak to you and get your analysis. Francisco de Borja Lasheras from the European Council on Foreign Relations, joining us there live from Madrid.